Hey guys, Merry Christmas. I wanted to do a video to put together a list of my top cameras under $2,000. With the holiday season this year, there's just so many good deals out there for great cameras. I wanted to share some of my favorites and what is my favorite December 24th, Christmas Eve 2019. So let's start off with the Sony a7 III. Now this camera has been out for a couple years now. Great camera, and it's been almost $2,000 ever since it launched. It dipped to $1,800 recently, and now back with the holidays, it's $1,800 again. Great camera, still legit, and but it does have some competition. This camera has IBIS. It has a great battery life, great sensor. A couple things that it lacks though, it has a not the best viewfinder, electronic viewfinder, nor the screen on the back. But other than that, the camera is just phenomenal. It's a workhorse. It could do everything from, a pro user to shooting weddings and other paid photography gigs. Great camera. So that's starting off. And this isn't in particular order, but I am going to share with you what my favorite camera of all of these are, especially for the money. Next up is the Fujifilm XT3. Now this is the only APS-C camera in the lineup. I love Fuji. It's partly why it's here. Great camera. I love the film simulations, and I have an XT2, by the way. $12.99. It's a great price for this camera. It has some stiff competition with all these full frames in the market. It is not my favorite amongst all of these, but it is a great camera. It does great video. Awesome pictures, great lenses from Fuji, just a great camera overall. If you're looking for one and you love the manual controls, and that's really the most that I love about Fuji is the controls, but the picture quality is great. Highly recommend this camera. I have the Fuji X-T2, and even if I do buy another camera, I won't be selling it. That's how much I love this camera. Next up is the Nikon Z6. Now, I don't have a whole lot of feedback from Nikon. I was never really a Nikon shooter. Great camera. There's some good deals. This thing was $2,200. Now it's under $1,700, and it comes with an adapter. So basically, if you have some old Nikon lenses and you want to adapt, it's probably a good camera. But I rank this very similar to Sony. It's got IBIS. I don't think it has as good, or I know it doesn't have as good as a focus as the Sony. But it's a good camera. A lot of people that have them seem to be very, very happy with them, especially if you're a Nikon shooter. I'm sure the menus are similar, and the usage is very, very much the same. Going into the Canon RP. Now this is their budget full frame mirrorless camera. It's $1,000 right now, a sub $1,000, $999, and it includes a free adapter for the EOS, EF to EOS R. And EF is the legacy glass for Canon, the DSLR glass, and there's just a ton of glass out there. So Canon, that's really what Canon is known for, is the glass. They have awesome glass, and not all of it is very, very expensive. Yeah, there's the high-end stuff, especially some of the new RF stuff. Very good, very high-end, very pricey. But with the adapter, it just unlocks the door to a vast amount of different lenses available to you. Full frame. This camera has a flippy screen, I believe, and yeah, 1080. It does a crop, I think. I don't know all the specs, and this isn't a spec video. One of the things that stood out for this camera for me is the battery life, and probably why I wouldn't get it. It's everything that the EOS R is, but dummied down a little bit. It's lighter, it's smaller, if that's a big thing for you, but the battery life for me and some of the features that it lacks, it's not it's not a camera that I would be too excited about. The one I do get excited about, and this one got a bad rap from a lot of these YouTubers doing the reviews, is a Canon EOS R. And I think part of that was justified because of the price. Now when this thing came out, it was like over $2,000. I don't know if it was $2,200 or $2,400. And it doesn't have IBIS. It doesn't have a lot of things. And Canon is known for coming out cameras, and they get bad ratings, but they just are good cameras. What they're designed for and how they're used. They're very intuitive. They're very easy to use and offer great productivity, and image quality. So they work. It kind of reminds me of the Apple and the iPhone. It just works. And with the price of $14.99 with a free adapter, it's a no-brainer. The one thing that this camera is a big negative for me is a single card slot. I am one that did have a card fail on me on my XT2, and fortunately I have 2 card slots, and for that I really would like 2 card slots. But if I wasn't doing a paid gig of the EOS R, I probably would buy it. And when it was on deal, $14.99, I've seen this camera over the holidays as low as like $1,200-$1,300, and I almost purchased it just to have a secondary camera. But then I'm like, I'm trying to pay my house off, and if I buy a couple lenses, now I'm talking $2,000-$4,000, and I still love my Fuji X-T2. So I'm deciding to hold off because this is just more to come. You know, $1,500 for a great camera, great battery life, flippy screen, 4K video, although it's cropped. Just a full frame, great camera, the same sensor or similar sensor to the Canon 5D Mark IV. I mean, for $14.99, and this is my pick of the best camera today, December 24th. Cameras under $2,000, and it's actually under $1,500. And I love Fuji, but this is some stiff competition, as you can see, especially the Canon EOS R. If I had to do everything over today, and I didn't have any lenses, I would pick up the EOS R and start investing in the Canon ecosystem. So that's my take, guys. I'd love to hear what you have to think about it. If you have some holiday cash left over, if you're buying all these Christmas gifts, or if you get some gift money, these may be an option, especially this EOS R if it's still available for that sale. And I'm not saying this because I want you to buy something for a link. I'm not getting any money from this. I just think there's some great deals out there, and just wanted to kind of just have a little discussion what you guys think are the best cameras right now under $2,000 at the end of 2019. Thanks, guys. Again, Merry Christmas. Hope you and your family have a great holiday, and thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.